Dwayne Johnson is also known by his wrestling name The Rock. He wrestled for World Wrestling Entertainment or WWE for 8 years. He is widely recognized as one of the best professional wrestlers of all time. After wrestling, he decided to pursue a career in acting, which became one of his best moves of his life and brought him even more recognition and star power. He starred in many movies, like Jumanji, San Andreas, Baywatch, Fast and Furious, just to name a few. He will also be starring as Black Adam this year. But before Dwayne became a household name, how did it all start? Hi, welcome to YouWannaWatch, and in this video, we're going to talk about how Dwayne Johnson became famous. Early life. Dwayne is a third-generation wrestler in his family. His mother's father, Peter High Chief Maivia, was a professional wrestler of Samoan descent whose ring persona was inspired by his heritage. Samoa is a South Pacific island nation, and Maivia portrayed an island native by wearing his hair long, wrestling barefoot, and sporting traditional tattoos covering most of his body. He met an up-and-coming African-American wrestler named Rocky Johnson while on the wrestling circuit. Rocky met High Chief's daughter, Ada, during a visit with Maivia's family. The couple eventually married, and on May 2, 1972, they had a son, Dwayne Douglas Johnson. Dwayne was born in Hayward, California, but his family moved around the country to accommodate Rocky Johnson's wrestling career. Dwayne had a difficult time making friends because his family moved frequently. Other children teased him about his father's occupation and his size. Even as a child, Dwayne was larger than average. As a result, he had a quick temper, and as Dwayne admitted to Samantha Miller of People, he was even arrested several times for fighting. It was all youth and stupidity, he explained. In the mid-1980s, however, the Johnsons settled down long enough for Dwayne to begin attending Freedom High School in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where an interest in sports helped calm the young man down. My work, my goal, my life, it's like a treadmill. And there's no stop button on my treadmill. Once I get on, I just keep going. Becoming a pro football player. Dwayne boxed and ran track at Freedom High, but he was obsessed with football, hoping to win a scholarship and become the first member of his family to attend college. He was a standout star who was named to USA Today's high school All-American team by his senior year. Johnson was recruited by several colleges prior to graduation, but he chose to attend the University of Miami, where he played defensive tackle. He soon became known for his talents on the gridiron, but was also known for his crazy antics. During one game against San Diego in 1992, millions of people watched on television as he raced around the field chasing the opponent's mascot, a man in a giant Aztec warrior costume. Dwayne's future in football looked bright until he suffered a back injury during his senior year. He was so depressed that he cut classes and his grade point average dropped to a dangerously low 0.7. Not only was he sitting on the bench, he was also on academic probation. Dwayne pulled himself together, thanks in part to his future wife, Dani Garcia, a business major he met while in Miami. Garcia encouraged him to hit the books, and in 1995 he graduated with a degree in criminology and a respectable 2.9 GPA. Rocky Maivia. Dwayne was not selected to play for the National Football League during the 1995 draft due to his injury, but he remained hopeful of a pro football career. When the Calgary Stampeders offered him a contract, he signed on the dotted line and moved to Canada. Life in Canada was depressing. Dwayne saw little field time and was paid less than $200 per week to play on the practice squad. He rented a small, run-down apartment and slept on a mattress he found near a dumpster. Because his salary didn't allow for much food, Johnson began attending Stampeder meetings even though he didn't have to because he knew sandwiches would be served. He was determined to stick it out, but in an abrupt move, Johnson was let go by the football franchise to make room for a former NFL player. That was hard, he told Zandra Hughes of Ebony. I was supposed to be reaping the fruits of my labor, and there I was in Canada having to start all over again. Dwayne returned to Florida, where his parents and Dani Garcia lived, and approached his father with a proposal. He wanted to train as a wrestler. Dwayne's decision was partially motivated by necessity, but he also had a genuine passion for the sport. After all, he'd seen his first wrestling match when he was 3 weeks old, and his father had taught him basic moves like the headlock and the arm lock when he was 6 years old. Rocky Johnson, on the other hand, was skeptical. When he felt he was ready, Dwayne contacted a grandfather's colleague who helped open the door for a tryout with the World Wrestling Federation in Corpus Christi, Texas. Although promoters were impressed enough to sign him to a contract, Dwayne still had to pay his dues by spending time in Memphis, Tennessee, performing in the WWF's second-tier system, the United States Wrestling Alliance. During the summer of 1996, Dwayne competed in promotional matches under the alias Flex Kavana, earning around $40 $100 per night. In August, he was given his second professional tryout, this time pitted against a well-known wrestler named Owen Hart. He did so well that he was transferred to Connecticut, where the WWF headquarters and training facility were located. Dwayne made his professional wrestling debut at Madison Square Garden in New York City on November 16, 1996, just 1 year after hitting rock bottom in Canada. Rocky Maivia was his stage name, a nod to both his father and grandfather. The WWF event was called the Survivor Series, and Dwayne Johnson, as Rocky Maivia, was considered the good guy or babyface in the match, while his bad guy opponent, or heel, in the match, was Paul Levesque, better known as Triple H. The Rock. Dwayne quickly became a fan favorite, and in February 1997, he won his first WWF championship, making him the youngest wrestler to do so at the age of 24. Rocky was booed during matches just a few months later. Apparently, the fickle audience members were becoming much more interested in rooting for the bad guys, and Dwayne had some rethinking to do in a business where image is everything. After suffering a knee injury in mid-1997, he took some time off to recover, marry his longtime girlfriend Dani Garcia, and strategize. Wrestling in the late 1990s was not the same as it had been for Dwayne's father. By the mid-1980s, pro wrestling had evolved from an athletic sport to a form of high-energy entertainment, with the regional federations that existed throughout the United States consolidated into a single organization known as the World Wrestling Federation. Wrestlers now admit that their moves were choreographed and that the results of their matches were predetermined. Wrestling had grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry, attracting millions of fans and earning millions of dollars for promoters and the main attraction, the wrestlers. Dwayne and WWF writers and producers worked long and hard to come up with just the right image for the handsome, 6'4", 270-pound newcomer. What finally emerged was a character named The Rock, who would transform the world of wrestling. When The Rock was unveiled on August 11, 1997, in Jackson, Mississippi, the crowd went wild, and fans waited in line for the next installment in his wrestling storyline for the next several years. Producers put him in mock grudge matches against various characters, and The Rock won, then lost, then regained his Federation Championship several times. Along the way, Dwayne rose to prominence as the sport's most popular wrestler. He was dubbed the People's Champion, and his signature eyebrow move earned him the moniker the People's Eyebrow. Furthermore, The Rock became a goldmine for merchandise. Hollywood debut. As The Rock, Dwayne Johnson continued to make waves. He hosted Saturday Night Live for the first time in 2000. It was an opportunity that changed the course of his career forever, as he began receiving acting offers from Hollywood studios. In the 2001 film The Mummy Returns, he played Matthias, the Scorpion King, for the first time. He returned to the title role in The Scorpion King a year later. Dwayne realized that he wanted to transition from wrestling to acting after Scorpion King. "I desired a genuine, long-term career with weight and value, and I wanted to be a real box office presence," the actor told Cinema Blend in an interview. He left the WWE in 2004 to pursue acting full-time. Despite making sporadic WWE appearances until his official retirement in 2019, Dwayne was ready to shed his Rock persona and become Dwayne Johnson, the bona fide actor. Life in the fast lane. Throughout the 2000s, Dwayne remained active in the acting world, appearing in blockbusters such as Be Cool, Gridiron Gang, The Game Plan, and Tooth Fairy. By experimenting with different genres, he quickly established himself as a serious actor capable of handling everything from drama to action to comedy. However, in 2011, the rising star cemented his place as a big-name actor. Dwayne was cast as Luke Hobbs in Fast 5, the fifth Fast and Furious film. He went on to reprise the role in every subsequent Fast and Furious film, and he even appeared in the 2019 spin-off Hobbs and Shaw. In addition to international acclaim, the franchise has elevated him to the ranks of the world's most successful actors. According to Forbes, Dwayne earned $89.4 million between 2018 and 2019, making him Hollywood's highest-paid actor, a title he has held multiple times. We are nearing the end of our video, but before we proceed, we would like to ask you to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/c/YouWannaWatch2022 and follow us on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/YouWannaWatch. Any support you provide us will help us provide you with more and better content. Okay, now back to the story. Moana. Although he's become synonymous with action-adventure films, one of Dwayne's most recent iconic roles was as Maui in the Disney animated film Moana. Dwayne had already demonstrated his ability to play comedic and over-the-top roles. However, it also put his singing abilities to the test, particularly in the now-hit song You're Welcome, which was co-written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, Opete Afoe, and Mark Mancina from Hamilton. Continues to shine bright in Hollywood. Dwayne's consistent hard work has brought him more opportunities to do what he enjoys over the years. His collaboration with comedian and actor Kevin Hart in 2016's Central Intelligence resulted in not only a great working relationship, but also an unconventional bromance that fans adore. Dwayne went on to direct the popular franchise Jumanji and star in other blockbuster films and television shows such as HBO's Ballers, Rampage, and Skyscraper. The actor was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2017 for his contributions, but he shows no signs of slowing down. Dwayne narrated and produced his life story on NBC's Young Rock, and he has also appeared in Disney's Jungle Cruise and Netflix's Red Notice. Dwayne will also play Crypto the Superdog in the upcoming Warner Animation Group film DC League of Super Pets. Black Adam. In January 2020, Dwayne Johnson announced that he had finally begun the preparation process for Black Adam. There has been talks for years about making a movie based on the popular villain-turned-antihero from DC Comics, but now the project is finally coming to fruition. Black Adam was originally slated to be released as a 2021 movie, but that move was made before anyone at Warner Brothers knew what kind of impact the COVID-19 pandemic would have on the making of the film. With production pushed back from fall 2020 to spring 2021, the studio had to temporarily take the blockbuster off their slate of upcoming DC movies before scheduling it for a July 2022 release. However, Warner Brothers pushed the release back a few months, and Black Adam is now slated to open theatrically on October 21, 2022. What do you think about Dwayne Johnson? Are you a big fan of his? Will you be watching Black Adam? Did we miss anything that you think should have been included? Let us know your thoughts by writing a comment on this video. If you're interested in our other videos, just hover over the videos and just press play. Until next time, watchers, thank you for watching our video.